Now we're going to move on to postgrad. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start off with the 1-minute speeches. James can't be here tonight, so Mike is going to read a pre-prepared statement for him.
Sorry, I'm unable to make it today, but I want to make this statement just to let you know who I am, what I've done, and what I want to do. I'm James Pearce, and I'm hoping to be your next postgraduate officer. Over the past few years, I've worked hard for Warwick students on SU executives, student staff liaison committees, and student councils. Through this work, I have secured the ongoing phasing out of SU single-use plastics, improved university physical, mental, and sexual health provision, mitigated strike disruption for students, and saved students thousands of pounds in the SU. Now I want to build on what I've done. I want to dedicate my next year to enhancing postgrad experience at Warwick, as well as the wider student body, to improve the working experience and the university life for postgraduates, and upgrade the systems of accommodation and transport for all. As postgraduate officer, I will lobby the university for the installation of dishwashers in university halls. Work with Stagecoach and National Express to ensure there's an early morning bus service so students can get home, whatever the hour, whether out late working or socialising. Negotiate with the university to create a fair new deal for postgraduates over pay and time allocation for marking. If you want this, and much, much more, be sure to vote James for postgrad. Best wishes, J.P. Butler.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Then could I get Shingai to come up and do her speech, please?
I try by all means to measure success by the number of lives impacted. I remember sitting in Butterworth Hall during my graduation ceremony last year and realizing that my greatest accomplishment wasn't the qualification. It was in the moment I'd stepped out of my comfort zone to help someone else, to make a difference no matter how seemingly small or insignificant. It was in summing up the courage to start and register a society. It was in deciding that my final year exam season would be dedicated to holding an event for over 100 students to cope with this time, because I remembered myself as a fresher, having an anxiety attack before my very first exam, the shame I felt because I'd been raised in a nation with stigma around mental health. I'd like to ensure every postgraduate student has a fulfilling journey by creating stimulating environments where they explore the minds of different students, have a laugh and take a break from their busy schedules. I want every student's voice to be heard and communicated effectively, allowing the student voice to shape how affairs are conducted in their respective faculties. My greatest desire is to impact Warwick students with the investment of my personality. I'm Shingai, and I'm running for Postgraduate Officer, and I have the people at heart and excellence in mind.
Hello. So the postgraduate community is quite a diverse community of students. Even the experience between a postgrad tour, so a master's student, and a postgrad researcher, so a PhD student, can be quite different. So how are you going to use your experience as a postgraduate student to ensure that you're representing the needs of all students that you're there to represent?
Thank you so much for that question. So the first thing that I've learned in my time as a postgraduate student at Warwick after being an undergrad is that you don't know everything. It's been a totally different experience, and I've realized, and I've also put in my manifesto, the need to engage students who are outside in different types of postgraduate courses, so PhD, research and taught, and finding out what they require and the needs that they require. If that requires setting up committees that are specifically designed to target the needs of that group, then so be it, because what they do is inherently different, and the troubles and the difficulties they may face are inherently different. Just like right now we have postgraduate students who are striking because of unfair work terms, but then I'm a taught student, so it's not... It's not affecting me the same way. So we have to understand their needs and then implement effectively.
What do you think is the single biggest issue that postgrad students face at Warwick, and how do you propose to tackle this problem?
For me, from my experience, and then speaking to a few other students, it's loneliness and then mental health, because the transition from undergraduate to postgraduate is quite a leap. So I'd like to ensure that, first of all, we have to acknowledge the fact that we're coming from different backgrounds. I mentioned earlier on that I'm from a different country. I'm from Zimbabwe, where there was a lot of stigma around mental health. So coming here, I didn't have enough education. So ensuring that we equip students who are coming in with the knowledge that they require concerning mental health, concerning the things that they should look out for and when to go looking for support. That's one thing that we have to ensure. Ensuring that we create social environments for postgraduate students to actually meet each other, because it is rare. When I'm starting to write my essays, I can be alone for weeks on end, and that's not always healthy. So ensuring that there's social environments to get people out of these holes, make sure that they're meeting new people and engaging with just life outside of books, you know. So I think those are some things that are very important for me, creating a community.
What qualities do you have that you think would make you a good postgrad officer?
I think I'm a good listener. But apart from that, I think I'm resilient. In my first 3 years at Warwick, I started a society, and it took 3 years to get it registered. That's 3 years of trying to gain support, 3 years of, you know, drawing up a suitable guidelines that the SU could work with. And in that time, I learned so much about people. I held events every single month. You know, there's a whole track record. Every single month, we were holding events that would try to make students' lives better. So if it was a game night, if it was, you know, something on mental health, something on relationships, whatever they required, you know, we tried our best to deliver that. And I believe that with this platform, I can do so much more.